Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Raw Deal. I am, of course, your reigning and defending predictions champion, Mongo, joined, of course, by my forever rival, Trick Matty himself. What's going on, Matt? How you doing today?
What's up, y'all? Man, happy Monday. It's one of the. I hate Mondays, but at the same time, I love them because it just means it's the beginning of another wrestling week. So,
Yeah. Started something cool, hopefully. What's going
right.
on, Cookies, Batty? How are y'all doing today? Uh, so we got pretty big Raw tonight. You know, we're building towards the Rumble, and last week we saw The Rock, and tonight CM Punk's returning to Raw. First CM Punk sighting in 2024. Before we get into that, let's cover some stuff from SmackDown real quick. The big one, of course, being the the Undisputed Championship now? What do they call Roman's title? I think that's what it is.
Oh, yeah, it's like the
Undisputed
undisputed
Universal.
WWE Championship. It's something long-winded, but it's
It's a
basically the
WWE
WWE Championship.
Championship. Yeah. So on SmackDown, AJ Styles, the beef that is AJ Styles and Randy Orton, and LA Knight fought in a triple threat to determine who would fight Roman at the Rumble. Of course, Roman interfered, and that led to the announcement of a fatal four-way. Nick Aldis actually grabbed Paul Heyman by the jacket and pulled him in close and whispered it tenderly into his ear. It's going to be a fatal four-way. So that should be a pretty fun one. It's just a thing to make us think that Roman might lose it now, but he's not going to. There.
I liked it. It was a good.
Speaking of champions, here's Reggie. So you enjoy the twist at the end there?
Yeah, I liked it because it was a cool way of just setting Roman up. It's like, bruh, you can't just come out here and beat everybody up and think you can just get away with it. Like, yeah, you might be the tribal chief, but there are rules on SmackDown now.
Yeah, so, Nick Aldis is getting tired of his shit.
Yeah, I was just like, oh. So I was like, all right, cool. Yeah, I know Roman's winning, but cool.
We know Roman's winning. We know. So apparently the original idea was for Randy to win, but they didn't want Randy to lose to Roman that fast, which first off, why book the match?
I was going to say, you booked yourself in the corner by having him win.
Yeah. So that means that this triple threat this ending is just them saving themselves from that problem. So the question is who gets pinned, AJ or LA Knight? And I think it probably should be AJ. Because LA Knight's kind of, he's still shooting upwards, and what's going on, Tito? How you doing today, brother?
What's going on, boys?
What up?
Not much, man. Talking about SmackDown, talking about the fatal four-way we got for the Rumble.
I called
it. AJ should take the pin because he can. And it doesn't really affect him too much. He was gone 3 months. This isn't like Randy coming back where you don't want to waste that first loss. AJ, he was not gone long. He was already kind of not doing much on SmackDown anyway. So now maybe pin him and then start something else. But LA Knight should not take a loss, I don't think.
Plus, when was the last time AJ Styles won something? The Karrion Cross feud?
And we don't count those. What about you, Matt? What do you think? Who do you think should get pinned? Matt, can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you now. Right. I would probably have. I don't want it to be LA Knight because he's already suffered enough. So I would probably just have AJ.
Has to be AJ, unfortunately, but again, they put themselves into a corner and then they got out of it and put themselves in another corner, and that's where we are. They're probably going to give it to LA Knight. LA Knight's probably taking the loss, but I just think he should not be taking the loss.
He really shouldn't.
we had a crazy return on SmackDown. So for the longest time, I think it was Fightful that first reported it like a year and a half ago, maybe longer. The AOP re-signed with the WWE a year after they like had been released.
Hmm.
And they just never showed up, and they 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 never showed up. And then last week, there were rumors of a group with Cross and Paul Ellering starting. And I remember us talking about it, and we're all pretty excited about the idea, but we didn't know if it was actually going to happen. Well, it happened. Not only
It
did it
sure
happen,
did.
not only did it happen, Cross and the Authors of Pain are taking on the Hurt Profits. Bobby Lashley
Oh,
and the
they
Street
were the
Profits.
Hurt Profits.
Yeah, they got hurt all right. Those profits were plummeting.
We was over here. I
Good.
forget who did we say they were going to come out against.
Um, it might have been them.
Oh, it
Either them
wasn't
or
the
the
Hurt Profits.
either them
It
or
was
like the LWO maybe.
Yeah, it was like the
Uh,
LWO or someone garbage. And we were like, it can't be this group because that would just be terrible. Or we were saying like, oh, they're gonna probably jump LA Knight or somebody.
yeah, somebody
That's
that
what
like
they were gonna jump LA Knight.
the idea was like they were gonna jump someone that couldn't take a loss, and it was like, well, Cross is gonna lose again, but instead we're gonna have it Bobby Lashley and the Profits against AOP and Karrion Cross. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of into it. I'm kind
I'm
of into it.
definitely into it.
That's a lot of meat in those 6 men right there. That's beefy. A big old beefy fight. I've been a big fan of Cross for a long time. He gets a lot of crap from fans.
Right.
People love to show that Adam Cole video with him where he kind of like took Cross down, essentially saying, "Yeah, what do you say? Like when to to get the crowd uh excited, all they gotta do is hit my music or something like that." And kind of calling Cross like a boring, no character
Right.
wrestler, and it's just it's harsh that happened to him, but that's kind of what his character is. His character is just the no nonsense psychopath, and he's like a serial killer. That's kind of what he's always been.
Right.
And I always thought it was weird to have him go against Cole like that because that it did even before it happened. I kind of figured that was going to hurt Cross because he can't really handle Cole on the microphone.
Right.
So he's been licking wounds since when was that? 2020? 2019, 2021, one of those years. Like it's been a while.
Yeah, I'd say 2019, I think. It's been a
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah. It it's been a while. And since then, he's been fired and rehired and just nothing's happened. We had a feud with Riddick Moss for some reason. And
And his girlfriend.
that's really about it. Yeah, that's really about it.
And then the feud with Styles, feud with Mysterio.
Feuds. We're gonna call
Yeah.
those feuds. Feud is a little excessive on those. But I mean, hopefully the issue here is everyone loves Bobby so damn much. You don't want to see Bobby take a loss, but he can afford it. He can afford it.
He really can. He really can.
Especially with
Unfortunately.
AOP coming back and causing havoc. I think they can make it work. But Reggie says it was June 2021. So yeah, almost
Goodness.
going into 3 years this June. So yeah. It's pretty rough. But hopefully, this all works out. Might as well turn Bobby in the Prophet's face because people can't stop cheering him. So
That's what I said on Friday.
this is
I
a
was
good way to
like,
do it.
oh man. Like I couldn't believe that they were the ones that got jumped. And I said, well, they just made them faces because I mean, it's hard to not love the Street Profits. It's hard to boo against them.
Yeah, it is. But Bobby's gonna send them back to catering. I don't know about that. We'll see. As a Cross fan, I am a little nervous because again, it's Bobby Lashley. It's not like he's beating the shit out of I don't know R-Truth or something. But I'm hoping this goes well for him. Before we get into Raw, there's a rumor going around, and it's less of a rumor and more of just reported business dealings. This is a possibility. The group leading the charge of trying to get Monday Night Raw going forward is Amazon.
Boo.
Raw might be a streaming show going forward.
And I saw when you had said that and just tried to look up something real quick, and I saw Sports Business Journal, and I was like, oh shoot, I ain't read that in forever.
Yeah.
It's just weird because when you think of Monday Night Raw, you always think of USA.
Yeah, it's
except for that weird time they were on what was that?
They're on
TNN?
Spike.
TNN, Spike.
Yeah. Yes. TNN and Spike. That was that only lasted what? A few years?
Yeah.
They didn't last.
My background.
There you go. Yeah, so Raw's deal is up in October of this year. The idea is that SmackDown is going to the USA Network.
Right.
I believe
so that's
that is
their
like,
band-aid. That's how they make up for losing Raw. You get SmackDown.
Yeah, I believe SmackDown to USA is confirmed, or all but confirmed at least. Raw going to streaming. Now, I get the move in the sense that TV is dying.
Right.
You see numbers every year, and you look at it year by year. It's a constant decline, for most things, because you can stream most things, or you can record and watch something later. I don't know if those add into those views. I don't think they do.
Right.
But essentially, those ratings don't really mean too much. I think people more or less look at like the 18 to 35 demo, and that's really about it. Which is what AEW's been pushing strong for the past 5 years. Raw's kind of been on the lower end of it for a while, and then past year or two they've bounced up a little bit more. But ratings year over year just going down, and that's for every channel. Just how it is. So them going to a streaming service like Prime, it makes sense.
Right.
But taking wrestling, your main show, your flagship show, that has been going for, getting close to like what 30 years? Have we hit 30 years yet?
When was
almost
the there, or if not, I mean,
it was 95, 96.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're getting there, and
or just being a presence on USA on Mondays since the 80s, because I just got done watching that Golden Era Cultaholic documentary. It's like primetime wrestling, all that. It's been on there, and for them to have Monday night and not have wrestling, like even though like Reggie put TNN had Raw from 2000 to 2005. I mean, for them to not have wrestling at all would just suck. So even SmackDown, that's why them getting SmackDown is almost, it makes sense that Raw is leaving now. SmackDown is the Band-Aid.
Yeah. And SmackDown has been getting higher numbers than Raw for a while now. And maybe that's enough, but it is going to be weird to not have it on a cable or like a network.
Right.
Going forward. It's going to be strange. I already have Prime. I know a lot of people do. I know I've seen people saying that they don't have to pay to watch Raw. And honestly, that Prime deal is just so tough to turn down, even if, I know people boycott them for a lot of their like practices and issues with the workplace and things like that. I get that.
Right.
Yeah.
But if it's just, I just don't want to pay $5 for Raw. Like you're getting a lot more than just Raw of that
Yeah.
deal. It's pretty good. So it's gonna
I
be a
mean,
big. It's gonna be
if you
big.
already have Amazon Prime and you watch The Boys and all that stuff, and you get your football on Amazon, you're just getting wrestling as a bonus.
To be fair, though, that Thursday night football usually sucks. So
That's what I was gonna bring
they need
up
some better games.
because what's his name? Seahawk on Twitter, he even brought that up, like, because people were saying, like, it's gonna be on Prime. And he even said, he was like, how many of us still tuned in to watch whatever the crappy game was on Thursday night? And you're still, because I honestly, I keep telling people this, because they're doing it this week. If y'all haven't noticed, if you're following football, one of the playoff games this week is exclusively on Peacock. I hate Peacock. If Peacock didn't have the WWE stuff on it, I would not have it, because it is one of the worst apps of them all, in my opinion.
Oh,
when it comes to
one of the worst
live streaming. Like if Sunday Night Football comes on there, when Sunday Night Football goes commercial on regular TV or cable, it shows you the commercials. Peacock doesn't show commercials. Peacock just says, we'll be right back, and plays the same jingle over and over for 3 minutes.
And it's like a 15-second jingle. Like it gets aggravating. Yeah.
It just does that. At least if people are like, I was going to Prime. Guess what they still show on Prime on Thursday Night Football? Commercials. It's just regular TV that just happens to be on Amazon Prime Video. Yeah. So
yeah, because I think this season too, one of my coworkers, he plays for the he pays for the YES, the Yankees network, and he was upset because some of the Yankee games were on Prime this past season. So he was upset with that. Like, why? I already paid for the YES network. Why do I have to go and pay for Prime?
Right.
Yeah, if you already got Prime, it's great. If not, I can understand it being a pain in the ass. If that's your hill that you're dying on, there are other ways to watch it. But we'll talk about those later. Let's get into Raw.
Ask Reggie, he'll hook it up.
Let's get into Raw this week. We have quite a few. Originally, when I first saw this, they had like 4 things done, but now it's like 6 or 7 they've got here. So they filled it out for Raw. First off, is R-Truth in the Judgment Day. It's like R-Truth has a 60-minute style interview on Raw tonight.
Oh my goodness!
I just want to say, R-Truth has brought in new life to the Judgment Day.
Yeah. It was getting close to getting stale there, and he's definitely giving JD McDonough something more interesting to do.
I'm just glad that R-Truth is proving what Vince saw. It's the same thing that Triple H sees also. Like, he's just funny.
Yeah, he's just hilarious. Look, if you can make Brock Lesnar laugh, then you're pretty good. He says, "Give me all 3 hours of truth." I mean, I wouldn't be against it.
Honestly, he would be perfect for like a show, like a throwback to primetime wrestling. Like, put him and somebody like Byron Saxton together.
Oh yeah, I'd be down for that. We also got Kofi Kingston taking on Ludwig Kaiser.
Kaiser.
Vinci was Vinci's injury legit?
Yeah, that was legit.
Okay, so he's injured. I don't know how long he's going to be out. If it was just like a minor thing, I'll look it up real quick. But we're gonna have Kofi.
I swear, every year he gets injured.
Let's see, real quick. Says he's fine, and he might be back next week. Okay, not bad. So yeah, Kofi and Lou were taking each other on. kind of keep this feud going while Woods is away and Vince is recovering. Because Kofi has Jey Uso on his side. Long time rivals. Now forced to tag together. So I don't think we're gonna have an issue with these two. You know, will they or won't they? Will they? What is it? What do they always do when they do this? Like, will they?
Will they coexist?
Will they coexist? I don't think we have to worry about that with Kofi and Jay. We've also got the Miz taking on JD McDonough because Gunther beat his ass enough to get him away from him. So now we're doing the Miz and the Judgment Day. Sure, why not? The Awesome Truth reunited last week, of course, which was hilarious. And now we get to see the Miz take on JD. I wonder if they're gonna do the same thing. Like, if I win this, then you're out of the Judgment Day. They're just gonna keep doing it every time he has a match.
Oh goodness.
Let's see. We've also got Tommaso Ciampa taking on Finn Balor. In NXT, this would have been like a takeover main event. Back in the day.
Right.
Yes, it would have.
Now, you know what I mean? Like, Ciampa and Gargano, they're gonna go for the tag titles. But I'm just not feeling it.
I just don't care about them because they have the most ass theme song of them all.
I was just gonna say that we don't care anymore. It's because of that fucking theme song.
Yeah, that song sucks. It really is a like a crappy remix of Austin Theory's crappy song. Yeah, someone shared that on Twitter the other day, showing the similarities, and they even have the same lyrics, just jumbled
They
around.
really do.
Rising to the top, cream of the crop. I'm the cream of the crop, rising to the top. Like it's the same. It's the same words. It's the same tunes. It's just garbage. I
Bring
am
the
waiting for
CFOs
the
back.
day. I am waiting for the day that Def Rebel just retire from music. I really am. They have like what, maybe 10 good ones, good themes, and everything else is just the drizzling shits. It all sounds the same. Like they have this issue, and this is something that like I've seen other companies do, but not to this extent. Most of the women in NXT and a few on the main roster have a very similar song. Like it's kind of high pitched, peppy. Like they're not even saying words; they're kind of like just making noises with their mouths, and like it's kind of like Kayden and Katana's song, but like it'll either be slowed down or even sped up faster, or like different pitches. But it's the same shit. It's the same shit. There was a point in time when we could tell who was walking out to the ring by the first tone of a song. And now we just can't do that anymore. It's just not the same.
No, God, no.
It's just gotten worse. And I pray, like Tito said, bring CFO back or something. Just change it up. Please change it up. We've also got a tag team title match. Chance and Carter, speaking of them, are defending against Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Is this going to be a like 2-week reign for Chance and Carter?
They're not about to lose.
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, if they want to,
listen, if Chelsea can't get her entrance in, why should she win?
See, yeah, that too.
I'm just saying, Cody and Jay won the tag titles 1 week and lost them the next week, so it's a possibility.
Right.
I gotta be honest with you. I think we're gonna see a title change tonight, and we're gonna have Chase and Carter chasing again.
Oh, goodness.
Maybe they'll win it one more time. Just like the old school WWE.
Right.
Extend this thing out a little bit further. We've also got Cody Rhodes. He goes head to head with Nakamura. I don't know if that means a rematch or a match because a few weeks ago when we were doing this show, they said we're gonna have Cody Rhodes face off against Nakamura. Like, all right, we got a match, and then it just didn't happen.
Right.
I don't even know if they got near each other. It was like we saw some vignettes, and that was it. So I don't know what that's gonna be. I assume it's a rematch. They even say it on their site. Um, Nakamura has accepted Rhodes' challenge for a rematch. It doesn't say that's tonight. It just says they're gonna go head to head. So I don't know. That's WWE.
I'm
Just
just
not
gonna put
really.
his ass on the bench.
That's probably a smart idea. Just in case, because I mean, I guess they just don't want this to get to the Rumble. I don't know, but and the more I see about Cody like outside of the ring, the more I really think that would be dumb to not have him win and then win the Rumble
Right.
because he just the wrestling club. If y'all don't know, is a club in the school in
Brooklyn.
or in Brooklyn. Yeah, started by a teacher, just trying to get kids interested in wrestling, just kind of uniting some kids, and it's taken off over the past like 2 years.
Yep,
And they're
they were just at House of Glory and they met Josh Alexander
yeah,
on
which is the guy
Saturday.
that, and they met Chris Bay and Ace Austin. Um, they've been trying to um get money for tickets for WrestleMania. They were trying to raise money selling popcorn and a few other things, and they weren't really getting that close. Um, Cody Rhodes sees their teacher sharing the post again, and he says, "You know what? You got your tickets, you got your hotel rooms. We'll see you there." Oh, shit, that was pretty cool. Oh my god, he didn't have
Right.
to do that. That's awesome. Um, then at a house show, some guy has a sign that says "Cody Rhodes, be my best man." And Cody points at it and asks the guy when it is. And he says, "My wedding is in March on this date. It's on a Saturday." And Cody says, "If you can make it a weekday, I will be your best man." And the guy says yes. So Cody's gonna
Well,
be
damn.
a random fan's best man.
Adrenaline in my
Yeah.
soul.
Oh.
Oh my God, it's Matty Rowe.
Nah, but did you see the shit with Finn Balor in that?
No.
Um, Somebody replied to that and it was like, "Oh fuck this guy, I'm gonna ask Finn Balor to be my best man." And Finn replied to the guy, "I'm busy that day."
Ah, damn right.
I uh
He ain't
I
got
saw
a
people
life.
saying I saw people saying that this like opens up fans or opportunities for fans to be weird about stuff. Like, you know how there are people that go to the airport and stalk wrestlers and things. And I don't think that's the case. I think it's you just get to see Cody interacting with people, and he didn't have to even acknowledge the sign. So if people start bringing in signs asking wrestlers for things, they're probably just going to ignore them. It's not that big of a deal.
Right.
But it's cool. It's like Cody's like continues to be what he claims to be, man of the
He's a
people, trying to
man
reach
of the
out and
people.
connect, and just let him win the fucking Rumble. Damn it.
He's
Just let him win the Rumble. Let him win at Mania, and we can all just move on. But
he's the
yeah,
grandson of a plumber, baby.
he is. But for the Rock back and Punk back, I don't see it happening.
I don't
Um,
know.
Speaking of CM Punk, the voice of the voiceless returns to Raw tonight. What is he gonna have to say about the return of the Rock? That's what I want to hear about. One of his final feuds in 2013. Well, it's not final. One of his earlier feuds in 2013 was, of course, The Rock over the WWE Championship. The Rock
Right.
beat Punk, ending his 434-day reign. And
Retired
that
the
was it.
belt.
Yep, that was it.
Threw
So
that spinner belt in the trash.
toss that shit like it should have been. Uh, then Punk finishes out the year, and then by the time Royal Rumble hits, it's his last match, he's out. So I find it interesting that like his first on-screen match will be at the Rumble, where The
Right.
Rock also might be at the Rumble. I think it's just it's interesting to me. We'll see how it goes.
They had that little throwaway feud with Taker. I'm like, oh, well, we know he losing.
Reggie says the only thing I enjoyed about Cody and Jay as tag champs was the media scrum. That was the only thing. I
Yeah.
mean, they were only champs for a week. We didn't even get the chance to enjoy it. But also, that was a great media scrum.
Do you feel him?
Do you feel him, sir? What do you say?
Yeet.
Me and Oos might have had a libation or two on the bus. Uh-huh.
Dude was
Only
like,
you can get away,
"Hey,
only you can get away with saying libation and it not sound weird. So yeah, Punk, he'll probably mention Seth and Drew, but I'm sure he's gonna mention The Rock, which I think is what most people are looking forward to. But again, this is not a pro punk podcast, so I can't say that we're excited for it, but that is the big draw of the night.
I mean, I don't hate CM Punk. I don't like CM Punk. He's just CM Punk.
So you're not pro punk, you're just,
Listen, as long as Cookie
Yeah.
Puss behaves, The Rock may not call him that again.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't be. CM Punk
again,
don't bother me.
he's got 8 more months on my watch. It's been 2 months. He's got 8 more. He's got to make 8 more months, and then I can say that I was wrong. But right now, I ain't seen shit.
As long as he stays away from NXT, he keep showing up, taking his little pictures, but
Please God,
just don't show up on screen anymore, and I'll be happy.
That's like, as long as you don't ruin my favorite show,
Right.
we don't got beef. But so help me God, if he touches it. I think that's gonna be it for us tonight, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. You can follow us at facebook.com/Under the Ring Pod and twitch.tv/Under the Ring Pod. You can find us all at our link tree. That's right. We can see our links. Of course, I am at Greg Bush SK. Our good friend Kenny at RockRiffs44. We got the teacher man Mike Jones at Mr. Freshbeard. Of course, Trick Matty himself at The Right Answer. We've got our street team captain, of course, Oriel Maliente. And last but not least, our good friend, the local news correspondent himself, Justin D. Baxley. We will be back tomorrow to talk all things Raw and the preview for NXT. You know what? I hope tomorrow we get more of thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Not Raw related, but shout out to TNA for those belt designs are sick.
Yeah,
those TNA belts look good.
Those tag belts are fucking fire. The red strap.
Mm-hmm. I love that, dude. I love that red strap. It looks fantastic.
I was like, okay, Legends belt.
Hey, say what you want about what they did with it, but that was a damn good looking belt.
It was.
Also, AJ Francis, aka formerly Top Dollar, is going to debut a music video there, which makes me not want to watch it that much. But
that's going to be my bathroom break.
We get to see Josh Alexander fight Hammerstone, so I'll definitely be watching that.
Right.
We'll be back tomorrow to talk NXT again. Thursday is where we'll be on for the podcast. We'll talk about, I don't know, hopefully things that get more exciting this week. We'll probably let's not talk about it, Matt. I was trying to not say it. Yeah, we're gonna be doing TNA Hard to Kill predictions. Matt's trying to ruin my fun with the championship always. That's right. If you want to join us for predictions on Thursday, we'll start at 9-ish Eastern Standard Time. That means we might be starting at 8:45, might be starting at 9:15, but that's, around that point. If you want to know, just follow us on Facebook or Twitch. You'll get a notification when we go live. And hopefully I can retain, but we'll see. Also, we do have a chat champion. Our current champion is Reggie. If you're still here, say hello, Reggie. He just won it off the last prediction. Correct?
Right.
Yeah. So see if you can come in here and beat him. I don't think so. Anytime Reggie and me are champ, that's when we're at our peak. We're undeniable right now.
Yeah,
we're gonna make it to Mania. That's what I think. There we go. All right. Thanks for joining us, folks. Again, you have yourselves a wonderful night. Enjoy the wrestling. Enjoy probably the championship game. Probably else is watching. Michigan and Washington. Fingers crossed for Washington on this one.
Go Washington, hey! Go Washington, hey! Go Washington, hey! Purple rain, let's go!